Hello, Sagittarius. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love and life reading focused on the first half of October from the 1st through the 15th. We are now in Libra season, guys. Can you believe that? How fast this year has flown. So let's take a look and see what the energies are for the first half of the month. General as always, so please keep that in mind throughout the reading. Take from it, as usual, what makes sense for you and release what doesn't. All right, so let's go ahead and see. I'm going to be starting with these two decks here. The Shadows and Secrets deck, which is my own, and the Twin Flame Shadows deck by Mystic Moon. And taking a look at the past energies and challenges of the connection. And of course, not every single card may resonate with you. So as always, whatever your story is, if something jumps out, hopefully I can offer you guidance based off of what's presenting itself here. All right, so Sagittarius, past energies and challenges of your partnership. We do have the slob coming through here. A couch potato, sloppy, watches TV all day. They're very lazy, wastes time, messy home, messy life, ignores responsibilities, and doesn't show up for you in a relationship. All right, so let's go ahead and add to that. Let's see what else needs to present itself here. All right, so I have visually impaired coming through as well. No sense of direction in life, only see what they want to see, completely blind to the truth of the matter, failing to see the obvious red flags in a love connection, unable to gain clarity. And thirdly, we have unfaithful presenting itself here. Adultery, philanderer, strumpet, incapable of being in a monogamous partnership, often caught cheating, scandalous behavior. So if this plays a role in your story with this person, let's go ahead and grab some additional tarot when it gets to that part of the reading. But I wanted to go ahead and grab some cards from the Twin Flame Shadows deck by Mystic Moon first. Let's go ahead and see what else needs to come through here. All right, so this is representing the past. They could have been unfaithful to you. They just were not able to show up for you the way you needed them to. They didn't have the clarity that was necessary in order to do right by you or the connection. Made you feel unlovable, perhaps. Okay, so these could have all been obstacles for the two of you. And they could have also delivered shocking news to you at the time, especially if either you didn't know they were cheating on you, for example, if maybe you had an inclination that there was something suspicious going on, but maybe you didn't have clarification on it. This could be you too. That could be representing the fact that you were visually impaired and that you didn't have the clarity that was needed to see any red flags in your partnership. Okay, and bottom of the deck, we do have one-sided. So if things were one-sided between you and your partner, let's go ahead and see what tarot has to add to that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use my tarot teacher deck to clarify. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius. Let's take a look. And I forgot to mention at the start of this video, because this is something new that I'm actually offering starting this month of October, I'm now offering extended readings on my Patreon page, because when I did check on the analytics, for those of you that didn't actually see my announcement in my community tab, typically my viewers have been watching videos maybe at the most 10 to 15 minutes in length. And so I figured, for those of you who just really want a shorter reading, let me go ahead and do that for my YouTube channel. Anyone interested in anything longer, then I can offer those extended versions through my Patreon page. So you'll notice that if you've been a regular for my channel for the Love and Life series, this is probably at the most going to be 15 minutes in length, maybe a minute or two longer. And if you want to watch the rest of the reading, the extended version is on my Patreon page. All right, guys. So of course, I will include all of that information down below. All right, so let's see here. All right, well, we've got the Queen of Wands coming through. So my Divine Feminines, This is your own fire energy coming through here. You and your masculine might have had some words here in the past, especially if they were unfaithful to you, just didn't show up for you, or the way you found out ultimately that they were being unfaithful, and that this was ultimately a one-sided situation where perhaps you were giving your all and they weren't giving enough. We do have the sun right here, but look at what's next to it. We've got the 10 of Wands. So this could have definitely created something very challenging for you in the past when it comes to this person. Could have stressed you the heck out. You know, you were just burnt out. You can't fight for something or someone, especially if they're not putting in the effort in a partnership. So this is telling you here that if this represents an energy that you were in the past, where you failed to see the red flags that were happening around you when it comes to this connection, you have the capability to be able to move past that, because you've got the blessing of the sun here, where you can find happiness either through this person coming towards you as a better version of themselves, or just the universe being able to get you onto the right path here, where you can find the happiness that this person was unable to deliver. We do have the 9 of Wands coming through as well, so they definitely hurt you. And there is this need to learn from the past and what didn't work in the past, and the challenges that you encountered with a particular someone here, causing you to feel very unlovable, perhaps. Okay, let's see what else here. And there's still work going on in my neighborhood, so I apologize if there's a lot of background noise here, guys. Let's see what else here. They delivered some shocking news, or you found out something that was really just caught you off guard, I feel. All right, so 8 of Swords. Some of you guys could also be dealing with an air sign here, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We've got a lot of your fire energy presenting itself here, Sagittarius. Some of you could also be dealing with a Leo. 8 of Swords, feeling restricted, feeling like you've been paralyzed by your fears and anxieties. And I mean, look at this image, you know, total shock, just full of anxiety and fear, and perhaps feeling powerless to do anything with whatever this news was that you received, and just unable to really create any sort of movement in the situation, because you might have been dealing with somebody who just was not fully invested in the partnership to begin with. So I'm really feeling here, my divine feminines, that you might have cut this masculine out of your life, you know, needing to protect your heart space, needing to protect you. For those of you who already have families or children, you had to put them first. And so this is you really putting your boundaries up when it comes to this person, cutting your losses, perhaps. Because this could also be indicative of a feminine who could be a single mother, or you just being independent and living your best life. You know, we also have the Chariot coming through here. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Cancer. And what I get here is, despite how your past might have unfolded with this person, this can represent success still in your life when it comes to your love life, and certainly when it comes to life overall. This is a love and life reading, so it can pertain to so much more than just your romantic partnerships. It could involve family, friendships, your career, your health. It could involve so many things, but you have the capability of really being very triumphant in all of those areas, moving beyond what you've encountered with this person. Look at these cards. We have the 3 of Wands. So there definitely is this need to move forward from the past to get to a point in your life where you're content, where you're actually happy with the choices that you have made. Some of you guys might have already moved on from this type of individual. Maybe you are now in another relationship. 3 of Cups could also be indicative of celebrations, positive outcomes for those of you who might have already moved on to a new love connection, or at least welcoming in the opportunity for a new beginning in love and romance. If what you're hoping for is to find a partner that you can spend the rest of your life with, and get married someday, have a family if that's something that you desire. All of those things are possible because, again, you've got the Chariot here letting you know you can move beyond anything that you've encountered, challenge, obstacle-wise from the past. And then we've got the Four of Wands here. So future marriage, possibly for some of you, connecting with a twin flame. Okay, somebody who's actually not afraid to put everything into the partnership, not somebody who's only going to be halfway invested in the connection and creating this one-sided situation, you know? So I really wouldn't be surprised if you walked away from somebody like this. You escaped a situation because it was no longer working for you, Sagittarius. Six of Swords, beautiful energy. Healing, releasing past baggage, moving forward. I love that you're leaving this drama behind you because you're meant to move forward and find this, which is the Ten of Cups, happiness, fulfillment in your life, certainly your love connections here. So that looks really good as far as the direction that it's ultimately going to go. So it might have started off pretty rocky and, you know, very chaotic with this person, but I feel you have found your strength and have either already moved on from that, if this truly represents the far off past and challenges that you've encountered, or if there's still lingering energies from that, it's still telling me that you're going to make it beyond this and find happiness in your life, Sagittarius. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some additional insight. I'm going to pull from my silhouettes deck here, taking a look at what it is that they might regret at this point. All right, so let's grab some insight here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius. What do they regret? We have groom, okay? It says, I pledge my love to you from this day forward. Some of you guys could have been married and now this is a partnership that is no more, or you guys are in separation, especially because we see that they were unfaithful. So we might have had a masculine here who was unfaithful to the feminine, and we've seen that it could have been the feminine that cut the masculine out. So they regret things that they have done. What else do they regret here? Oh man, look at this point of view. All right, so it does say you've turned my world upside down. I have a feeling they turned your world upside down first, and therefore you created movement for yourself or made better decisions for yourself. So at this point in time, when it comes to your person, whether they're masculine, feminine, doesn't really matter. I feel now they've had a chance to take a look or take a step back from the situation and see things from a very different point of view. And they've got a lot of regrets, I feel. Let's grab another message. We have travel. Focus on the journey, not the destination. Okay? And because you might have cut this person out, that journey is no more. You know, whatever destination you guys might have talked about or planned, you are now on a very different path, and therefore they have no choice really but to go their own way, just go in a different direction for themselves. I feel like grabbing one more here. Time travel, look at this. 2 cards, travel and time travel. Those moments when I miss you so much, I allow myself to fantasize about the impossible. So there really is somebody here from your past, Sagittarius. Major regrets. They miss you and they recognize here that it's an impossible situation to fix. That's their interpretation of things. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify this. I'm going to pull cards from the Sacred Secrets of the Heart Tarot by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius for this love and life reading, first half of October. Yep, they regret having way too many choices, too many options in love and romance, and just allowing themselves to get entangled with other temptations, you know? So they definitely regret that. Page of Cups, they also regret not being able to contact you at this point. I feel they want to be able to contact you, but maybe you might have blocked them, and put up your boundaries and barriers to the point where they know that it's just an impossible situation for them to even try to reach out. And they are also regretting, I feel, with that Six of Swords, that you are transitioning away from them and the connection, and that you've moved on. You have moved forward. And then we have the Knight of Swords right here. This is somebody who could have been very impulsive with their actions. Again, they have no choice but to fantasize about the impossible at this point. The Knight of Swords is typically known to be somebody who gets easily bored in a partnership, and they need constant intellectual stimulation. And they're also the type to not commit sometimes, you know. And so Divine Feminine, if you resonate with this and you have moved on from this type of masculine, major regrets when it comes to this person. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. If you'd like to go ahead and watch the extended version of this reading on my Patreon page, we're going to be taking a look at what is it that they would want to change in this partnership, messages from their higher self, as well as future energies and healing messages from your angels. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. And if you are interested in your own personal private reading, that info, as always, is down below in the description box. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.